Now let's think about how we can protect children against abusers. Creating a safe environment for your school or church involves several important elements, including the following. Criminal background screening of all your workers and volunteers is at the top of the list. Using written applications for each worker and volunteer to be placed in your ministry. Checking references for each worker and volunteer before you place them or put them to work. And using personal interviews for each applicant is important. Training for all your workers and volunteers in recognizing the types of abuse and the signs of abuse. Training for all your workers and volunteers in how to properly report incidents and allegations of abuse is crucial. And also, proper supervision of your workers and volunteers at all times. When your school and ministries implement these elements of a framework for safety, they will have come a long way toward protecting the children, youth, and workers. One key point to remember is that your leaders must be persistent in using each of these elements, not just once, not just this year, but every year, to maintain a strong foundation for safety. Let's think about how to report when an incident has been made known. Comprehensive training for your staff will teach everyone how to properly report an allegation or incident of abuse according to your state law. Accidents are unintentional acts that injure an individual. You should write an accident report and keep it in your files, but accidents don't necessarily require being reported to the state. A suspected incident of child abuse occurs when a worker has been told of or suspects that a child or youth has been abused in some way. Reports of abuse must be made to the local law enforcement agency or to the State Department of Family and Protective Services. Every report of an incident or suspected incident of abuse should be documented in writing, and the written report should be kept on your premises. Keep the phone number, address, and website address for your local law enforcement offices readily available for use. In fact, I recommend keeping this information printed on your incident reports. When the need arises to make a report, having the contact information right there on the form will simplify the process for you. Your ministry or school needs to have a plan in place for reporting incidents that includes following the requirements of your state's law, as well as notifying the appropriate ministry leaders, such as the pastor, youth minister, or preschool director. If an incident of abuse occurs, the first priority is to protect the safety of the victim. Next, you must make a report to law enforcement authorities. Also, it is important to train your workers to maintain strict confidentiality so that reports and facts do not become the subject of gossip.